Hey guys, how's it going? It's Corey, your DFI NBA manager. I'm actually here with a new face today. I got Alex with me. He is in charge of our DFIU bets. For those of you who subscribe to those have been absolutely on fire. And he works on our baseball team as well. So did you want to introduce yourself a little bit, Alex?
Hey, I appreciate you having me. Yeah, just started 3 months ago with DFI, so definitely pumped to see what we have for Boom here today, and excited about this slate big time.
Yeah, I love getting new faces on here, and he'll be taking over for Caleb for today. But good thing for us is he knows his baseball just as well. Today we'll be doing things a little bit differently. We're not going to cover the NBA. We're only going to focus on the MLB. But we feel like we know the slate really well, so we'll just dive into it. And we have the first category in the $1 jackpot is most hits between Jose Altuve, Scooter Gennett, Josh Harrison, and Manny Machado. Do you have a clear-cut favorite here?
It was a close one between Machado and Jeanette, but I'm gonna have to give it to the sneaky Jeanette in this one. He carries a 261 ISO in this matchup, and I mean he's gonna get a nice matchup. This red stack today is in a good spot against Trevor Williams. Even though they're on the road, the lefties in this matchup are gonna succeed pretty well. So Scooter Jeanette definitely gets a good matchup here as fourth in the lineup.
Yeah, I like the call. I mentioned to everyone yesterday that for some reason the Reds seem to have the Pirates' number. That didn't work out last night, probably because I said something. But just something to think about. They really do like playing against the Pirates. Might be a little weather concern there, or are we okay?
No, there definitely is a weather concern. Postponement could be possible, so a more safer side would probably be Machado, but you're definitely getting more upside in Jeanette. I mean, he's batting behind Votto, so there's it's definitely to say that 3 innings will be in, no doubt about it, but there could be some possible delays there.
Yeah, definitely want to consider that as well. You got Jose Altuve, gets a big ground ball pitcher, and Perdomo. So while he's Jose Altuve and he's listed as a favorite today, I can see like going another way. Josh Harrison, that same game, did you like him at all, or kind of a fade?
I actually didn't. He was more of a fade. Castillo is a very, very power heavy type of pitcher. So if you get Harrison, he's not too good against the power type of pitcher. So I think that's more of a fade on my side.
Yeah. So that really, yeah, like you said, leaves us with Scooter Gennett and Manny Machado. If Gennett gets that whole game in and the weather clears up, gotta love him there. But Manny Machado against the aging CC Sabathia is also pretty tempting. I'll definitely say that. So if you're choosing, what are you gonna say?
That's a good one. I mean, CC got blown up by Orioles multiple times in this past year. So, I mean, it's not to say that Machado can't do it again. I think he's batting over like 375 against him in his career. So he definitely sees CC pretty well too.
Yeah, that BVP is important there. So if you're multi-entering, I definitely get a share of each. And if you're taking a single entry, sounds like Scooter Gennett's your guy. But Manny Machado, he's listed least likely to get it, but I think he could get it today. For most RBIs, we have Didi Gregorius, Carlos Correa, Adam Jones, and Eric Thames. Do you have a clear-cut favorite here, or is it kind of close?
It was close between Gregorius and Correa. Both are on really, really good offenses, but I'm gonna have to give this one to Correa. I mean, we're not gonna say that the Astros offense can't produce, and he's batting fourth in the lineup, right behind Altuve and Bregman and Springer. So there's a lot of offensive opportunities right there. He has an opportunity to bring in a lot of RBIs today.
Yeah, Alex brings up a great point. Whenever we're talking RBIs, we want someone in the cleanup hole, which actually, we have Didi, Adam Jones, and Carlos Correa all batting around that area. But he's got Altuve and Bregman ahead of him. They're on base machines. Perdomo walks a good amount of guys, so they can get on base for him that way. A lot of upside with Correa for sure. Um, are you considering anyone else, or is it kind of a lock?
I think it's more of a lock for Correa there. The Astros is just they're too potent. Their offense is really really good. And even though you get Perdomo in a ground ball situation, the Astros are slated for 5.51 runs, which is among the highest on the slate. So I think it's definitely a lock in that position there.
Yeah, that sounds real good to me. And they're at home, which is even a bonus.
Better yeah.
For most total bases, we have Aaron Judge, George Springer, Anthony Rizzo, and Joey Votto. Um, are you sticking with that Reds game, or are you branching off somewhere else?
Joey Votto's in a really nice spot today, but I'm gonna have to give it to our must-have and Aaron Judge. He is a DFI must-have tonight, and it's for a great reason. He carries a lot of really good stats among his matchup tonight, including a .662 slugging percentage, which is just absurd. Um, and I mean, he gets a really, really nice matchup against Gosman. In just 8 at bats in his career against him, he's already homered 3 times.
Jeez.
So I could definitely see the upside for Judge in this cake matchup, even at home too.
And my poor Orioles there. I never go against a must-have. Every time they come up on here, I love seeing it. So I hate the Yankees, but I gotta agree. Such a good matchup. I read our write-up; it's really good. Be sure to head over to dailyfantasyinsider.com to read that write-up and get a way more in-depth analysis on that. And then for our last category, we'll bring on Alex on what Caleb's been having fun with and guessing strikeouts. We've been pretty spot on recently with guessing and our strikeout predictor as well. But I'm interested to hear how many strikeouts you think Lance McCullers will get against the San Diego Padres tonight.
Oh, see, this is an interesting one. San Diego on the season so far, 22% strikeout rate. I mean, their guys are not too good. This offense is kind of depleted. They're missing Will Myers today, so I like the upside Lance carries with the 2.99 run slated for the Padres. I'm gonna have to go with around 8 strikeouts in this one.
Wow, impressive guess. Yeah, okay, yeah. His strikeout projection is at 7.4, so almost right on the money.
Very close.
I thought you might highball it a little bit. We had John Gray on here the other day, and our strikeout projection was 11. And we thought it was very high, and he wound up with 10. So yeah, I got to agree with Alex there. The one thing I think that is bringing McCullers' strikeout projection down is he doesn't go too deep into games, and we always like to mention that it is the beginning of the season, and these guys won't be pushed as far as they would be if it was longer in the season. So I like the 7 to 8 range, and I also kind of got to agree with that 8. I really like that number. I think it's going to happen tonight. So definitely, if you're choosing, I'd go between 7 and 8. And then next, we'll jump into our $2 progressive jackpot. We have most hits between Lorenzo Cain, Chris Bryant, Elvis Andrus, and Adam Duvall. Anything really pop out to you here?
This one I was kind of caught up on. Looking into Bryant and Duvall are probably my two options there. Because I'm so big on that red stack, I'm going to have to swing it over to Duvall. He is batting 5th in this spot, so he will see a good amount of at-bats here in this situation if the game plays. I think for a more safer option, you're going to go Chris Bryant, given that he's batting 2nd, and Woodruff is not all that. His upside is there, but definitely a guy you can attack.
Yeah, I think that Milwaukee-Chicago series is a little interesting after watching that Twitter beef. Kind of interesting. Interested in what happens there. Elvis Andrus going against Marco Estrada. Not the best matchup. I think Estrada is way worse against lefties, if I remember correctly there. You got to love Duvall's power. But what really stands out to me here is Cain and Bryant bat in the top half of the order. You also get Bryant on the road, so he's guaranteed an extra at bat there. I like the Chris Bryant call. I can see Duvall getting it too, especially that red stack pays off. They're on the road as well. A little bit of tougher category here. Like Alex said, this one is a lot harder to deal with. And then we already touched on the Altuve and those guys for the most hits as well. So we'll go to most RBIs between Justin Smoak, Giancarlo Stanton, Kyle Schwarber, and Nomar Mazara. Choosing between Smoak and Stanton can't be easy, can it?
No. It seems like Stanton might be the bigger winner in this one, and I think that's where a lot of people are going to go, but I'm actually going to give the leg up to Smoak on this one.
Really? What you got there?
He's batting 3rd. In Toronto, actually, on DFI tonight is a top stack. He just completely owns lefties last year. He doesn't strike out a lot. Actually, just set at like a 12 K right there. And, I mean, he really does own lefties. He's going to be in a great park tonight in Globe Life Park, so there's a lot of upside there going into this matchup. And Matt Moore, definitely depleted pitcher. And given that Josh Donaldson is our must-have tonight, Smoak's right behind him, and I can definitely see lots of opportunity for Smoak tonight.
So something I want to bring up here is if you think about it, if you're taking Aaron Judge with us to get the most total bases, it probably means that if that's going to happen, that Stanton's going to come up without anybody on base. So for that reason, and what Alex just said about Justin Smoak, you got to like Justin Smoak a little more there, especially if you're going Judge. It's kind of going to be hard to take both. You'd be hoping for Judge to get a single or double, which wouldn't really do the trick. Not striking out is huge for Judge. Schwarber strikes out a good bit. Mazara just bats too far in that lineup. And Texas has been very cold, so it's not something we like there that much. I definitely feel comfortable going with Smoak there. And then for most runs scored, we have Josh Reddick, Jose Perella going against Lance McCullers, probably a little bit of a red flag. Josh Bell and Adrian Beltre. This category is kind of interesting. Do you love anything?
Yeah, I actually love Josh Reddick in this one. He is a lefty going against Perdomo, but something interesting that many people didn't probably overlook is he's actually 4 for 5 in his career against him.
Oh wow,
He
okay.
sees the pitch values really, really well. He's batting fifth, so you can't really knock that position there. I mean, for runs scored, if you have all those four guys in front of you, which are just great batters, there's a lot of RBI opportunity right there. So, and even just runs scored, he could probably get on base with Marwin behind him.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick. Looking at these guys, no one sticks out for sure. Perella in that terrible matchup. Adrian Beltre just been as cold as ice this season. Josh Bell maybe, but I mean Josh Reddick. You said the BVP's there. You get the lefty-righty matchup. I really like that call a lot. And then the last category for our $2 progressive will be Kyle Hendricks and strikeouts. Let's see how you do on this one.
Yeah, this one was the toughest one, I think. Hendricks is not really known too big for his strikeouts. I'm from Chicago, so I watch a lot of his games. But the Brewers, that's where the problem occurs. They're actually the second worst team in striking out this year at 30%. So I can definitely see the upside for Hendricks going into this one. The Cubs are hot, and I think they're going to expect Hendricks to keep up there and stay away from this bullpen. So I'm going to go with 7 strikeouts.
Okay. Our K predictor says 5.7, but that's about one off. Can't.
Yeah, I was about to go 6, but I'm going to give him the leg up in this one against they strike out a lot. So
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's just a projection. We've been researching all day. I kind of like our projections better anyway, but it's something to base off of. I like the call. The Brewers, like you said, strike out a ton. Is Christian Yelich in that lineup? Do you know?
The lineup actually wasn't released at the time of this video, so
Okay.
I'm not too sure.
Well, if he's not in
I
there,
think he should be out because I think he's going on to the DL.
okay, there you go. That's another guy who actually gets on base. So someone else is going to replace him. A little more strikeouts there too. I think 6-7 is a great call here. I think it's right on the money. I'd actually put really good money. It'd be 6 or 7 if I had to. But that'll do it for our Boom MLB coverage. Did you want to say a word or two about what you got going on for DFI today?
Yeah, so we definitely have a jam-packed slate tonight. Weather is kind of interesting. There's a lot of possible delays are going on, but you guys should definitely join us in the war room right now. Me and Hunter will be taking over this slate as with our 2 must-haves being Josh Donaldson and Aaron Judge. We're locked in for tonight.
For sure. Absolutely head over there. They've been doing a great job tonight with this slate. And then for those of you who still play NBA, although we didn't cover it on this show, I'll still be over in the NBA War Room helping you guys out, determining which tanking teams their players are going to do well. So good luck, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Alex is our new guy. I'm sure he'll be on again with us soon. And we'll see you next time.